welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this, which is my 1988 cream and brown Numatic Charles. Now it's all been refurbished, it's had a few little new bits on it, it's all been washed out, etc. And it's looking pretty nice. From what it was covered in paint, it was dirty, there was parts broken, and yeah, it is pretty much a very big improvement from what it was. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the tools first, and then we'll take a look at the main machine. So here are the tools. We have the small adapter tool, which is actually off my cream Henry, but I'll just put it with this for the video. We've got not an original Numatic cream crevice tool, but it's a cream crevice tool nonetheless, which is also from Henry. We've got the dusting brush, which is also from Henry, which has got a crack in it. We've got the original upholstery tool from this, with the slide on, slide off brush, which is quite a bit sun faded. That's all been cleaned out and is in fairly okay condition, not the best. We've got the wet pickup squeegee tool, which has been fitted with brand new period correct rubbers. I had a spare blue and black squeegee tool in the loft with the 35mm fitting for the early Georges, so I nicked the rubbers out of that and just replaced them with some newer ones that I had. We have the weird kind of floor tool. Now this isn't a very good floor tool. I have used it a couple of times. It isn't very good at all. It's all been polished up underneath. It's all been cleaned. The brush isn't very good. It just kind of pops up from the back and doesn't do much. There's the thing, and then here is the wheel. Now this does click out, but I don't really like doing it. Well, I've only done it with a screwdriver. I don't really want to force it with my hand, just in case it snaps that little clip that holds it in. But that all comes apart like the newer style pneumatic floor tools that they're not doing anymore, but we're doing. Here's the hose. The end's quite battered up. It's gone quite grey. Still a bit of paint inside there. Little bits of the end here have chipped off, but that's all pretty good. It's fairly clean. That's been in the washing machine as well. We have one black period correct wand. Reason I just kept this with this is because I didn't have another brown wand, and it is period correct, so, and it's genuine, so might as well keep it with it. We've got a pretty dented up brown wand, although the end is very battered, but it is period correct due to the little circles inside there, as like this one as well. But the things are both the same size and the wands are both the same length. We have the very battered up chrome bend. All these tubes have been polished as well. It is fairly clean, although it has got very present signs of wear on there. And then here is the main cleaner itself. The eyes are kind of wearing off a little bit. Now it has got a black bag connector in there, and if you can see, it goes straight through to what looks like a bag, which we'll get onto in a minute. Now there is a fade patch here where a sticker would have been. It's very dusty. I haven't had it out in over a week or 2 weeks, whatever it is. That is from the original Structo Foam sticker. It was only slight remains of it when I got the machine, but this has kind of gone into the plastic and it feels a little bit tacky. The S on the Charles name is a bit manky, however, and it was all flapping off, but that's been glued back on. And if you look at the name, the L is wonky and stuff, so I reckon that's been put on by hand. There is scratches here, and it's gone very milky on the top. If you look, it's gone very like white, horribly colour, but that was from trying to get the paint off, I think, but just genuinely how it was. Handle is very, very battered. It's gone into like an orange peel stage, same as what my cream Henry's gone into. We've got the original sticker on the back here. Let's just take the cable off of the original brown hook. Got the original brown bucket handle. The brown hook. We've also got the on-off switch, which is less stiff than it was. Bit of a scuff there, and the original ratings label. If you look in there, it is fairly clean, although there is a few little dusty marks and stuff in there, but of course I'm not that fussed. It is clean. Now if you remember, this was covered in dirt in here. It is pretty much spotless now. I'll get onto that in a minute. And here, if you remember, it was absolutely horrendous. But there's the ball float, and this is how it is now. There is still little bits of dust here and there. This cage doesn't actually come apart, so I couldn't clean it properly. But this is honestly the best I could get it. These are just signs of wear from where it's probably been on the bucket without the filter. You see there, that's what I mean about little bits of dust. But it is pretty spotless apart from that. And if you look in there, there is the motor. The motor has been fully stripped. All the bearings have been oiled. Fans have been cleaned out, etc. Let me just show you the cable. It's not in the best condition. The plug is very battered, and there's a lot of like this kind of stuff over it, which looks like silicone and feels a bit like silicone, but I'm not sure because that won't come off. Now here's the filter and the bucket itself. It is very clean under here, no cobwebs or dust anymore. A little bit dust under there, but apart from that, yeah. So if you know about these machines a lot, you'll know these are bagless, and this is the only filter that is in the machine. However, move on to that in a minute. There's that. It's pretty clean now. However, as I said, it looks like a bag in there, and that's because there is a bag. So I have actually retrofitted a bag into this. Here's the original style bag connector that it would originally have. This is just a black one that I took out of a blue version of this bucket, which has been, well, it's cracked, but you know. Also got an air freshener which I plunked in there. But if we just take the bag out for a minute, what I've actually done, because this is exactly the same size as a normal 80s and 90s bag connector, I've actually got a spare Henry bag connector, and I've chopped it down. So we've just got a short little stubby bag connector which doesn't interfere with the ball float, and just, you know, just clips in the bucket. Although the bucket is very, very dingy, this is the bad point of having a very lightly coloured bagless vacuum. It's covered in muck. There's a bit of dirt in the bag. I've used this a few times, not many times, but I think I used it probably 2 or 3 times already. But you know, there we go. And then the top just goes on like so. So there it is. So what we'll do now is we'll plug it in, and we'll show you it dry vacuuming. There won't be a wet vacuuming demonstration. I might do one in the summer, but mainly because I just can't be bothered for all the hose and the filter and that to be drying out. So I'll do that at a later point, but I have got a video of a Charles cvc375 sucking up water on my channel, and if you do want to see this exact style of machine sucking up water, cream one like this, then I suggest you go and check out James's channel, which is Mr. XR2 on YouTube, as he has the only other one of these which us collectors know about. So without further ado, we'll move this out of the way, and we'll plug it in, and we'll give it a go. So there we go. You can see it runs much better. Let me just go and unplug it. But yeah, it runs much better. It looks much nicer, and I have myself here a very rare Numatic, possibly one of the rarest, I reckon, that I've got in my collection. I know this 79 NV250 is pretty rare, and I mean some of the others I've got are pretty rare, but this must be one of the rarest machines by far, as there is only two which us collectors know about. There's possibly more out there, probably someone's got a brand new one, but you know, yeah, it's pretty rare and I'm pretty happy to have one. Never actually thought I'd find one of these. Never actually thought I'd find one. But yeah, just wrap the cable up. It's very tedious doing this job. But there we go. There is the cream, the 1988, sorry, cream and brown Charles. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have, please like and subscribe, and of course, bye for now.